We are the DFPN. Always question the answers.
No Gimmicks Podcast, and we bring it to you. Every time we turn live, and you know it's the truth. Every after show, moving down, this the time to move around. No Gimmicks Podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring, this is the time for the No Gimmicks, know we doing our thing. What's your state of mind, state divine? Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, no gimmicks. We take you to your limit, what's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on, this the time. Guarantee we move, you know how we respond. The state is line, the state design when we feel it. Moving down, what's the healing? No gimmicks is the feeling.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks Podcast. Buckle up, because today is one of them episodes. it's going to be one of them. But welcome to the show. My co-host, as usual, the Darth Lord himself, Frank D. Vader. What's up, brother? How you been, man?
What's cracking with it, man?
A whole bunch.
It is.
A whole bunch. We got some stuff to talk about. We'll open up, but how you been, man? How's the cosplay going? I saw you've been making different versions of the Vader helmet. How's it going, man?
It's going real good, but fuck all that. Let's get to the chick.
Let's go. All right, y'all know what it is, man. Fuck it. All right, you alerted me to something a couple of weeks ago that I had to pay attention to in the wrestling community. And you were telling me that people are starting to wake up to the fact that WWE isn't pushing black stars. Yeah. And on the surface, I'm kind of like, well, you have certain tag teams that are in play. And then more and more, I started paying attention to it. More people started coming out and saying the kind of things that I was noticing that you alerted me to, and it was more than surface level. You know what I mean? Right. It's like WWE isn't pushing black stars. And I understand that because there's no singles champions. Me and you've talked about this before. There's no singles champions that are black in the WWE.
Right.
They're tag teams. They're tag team champions. But even those tag teams aren't being pushed as adequately as they're supposed to be. They aren't getting the recognition. Somebody came out and said that they keep these tag teams together, and they gave the example of the Street Profits, which is a great example. They keep these tag teams together because there's a star in there that they don't want to create. And the more I looked at it, I'm like, that actually tracks, man. It's like Montez Ford, and we've said this on the show. Montez Ford is a star. He needs to break out. He needs to be on his own. He has every tool in the box. He has it to be a star. He just needs to get away from the Street Profits and become a star. They haven't done that. The New Day, I thought they were going to push Xavier Woods. They didn't do that. They put him in there. Now they're in this weird little angle. They added Grayson Waller to it, and it just don't make sense. I'm curious. Where is your mind at now? Looking at it now, what are you thinking now?
Well, first of all, I mean, I'm gonna have to give the guy credit to opening my eyes up on what's going on around here, and that's Dietrich Davis from New Wrestling World Order. He's the one that's been putting out content about this for months, talking about how black talent wasn't getting pushed. And, I'm kind of looking at the videos, and I'm kind of looking at what's going on the TV show, and I'm like, the brother got a point here. So it's not just him. It's the, Millennial Smart is another guy, but I watch his content. He's also bringing this up. So when you start having all these different creators that are saying the same thing, you start paying attention to what's going on here. And I'm paying attention to it. What I'm paying attention to is the fact that you have the New Day, which was the most decorated tag team in the history of the WWE.
They still are.
They beat Demolition's record as the longest reigning tag team champions of the modern era, period. And yet, you basically have devalued them to nothing at this point. They had so much heat after the Big E angle happened.
Yep.
So much heat, you don't do shit with them. Period. You got the Street Profits. Nothing is happening with the Street Profits.
Yep.
Stuck in a limbo here. Carmelo Hayes, another one. Doing nothing with Carmelo Hayes.
Yep.
Nothing. All right.
They pushed an angle last night, but I don't know if that's gonna lead anywhere.
Bruh, no disrespect to the Miz, but what is that supposed to do for anybody?
Right.
Seriously. What value other than the Miz being a good hand? I got nothing against the Miz. I'm just stating facts. Other than being a good hand, what's that going to do for Carmelo Hayes? Is that going to make Carmelo Hayes a superstar? No. Period. It's not going to. All right? I look at what's going on in WWE. I look at the fact that how long did it take you to push Naomi into that role before
she had to leave the company?
She had to leave the company. So did Mercedes. Left the company, right? Wasn't being pushed properly. You feel me? It's been a huge pattern of this happening in the WWE, but more so recently with the new regime took over in WWE. And I notice, it's like Dietrich Davis says, I notice that you don't push the black guys to be black guys, but you push the Samoan guys to act black. What kind of shit is that? So I'm noticing all this here. I'm noticing representation for the Japanese talent. I'm noticing representation for the Mexican talent. I'm noticing representation for the Caucasian talent. Where the fuck is the representation for people that look like you and me? And anybody out there that's saying, oh, well, you're being racist and yada, 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 you're playing a race card. No, what I'm doing is I'm actually using my First Amendment right. Just like the dude who played blackface that got fucking, fired by Disney for a couple of days and brought his ass back. That's what I'm.
I mean,
Tell me when I'm telling lies. As
you're not lying. I mean, that's the point though. Like, you're not lying.
Promotion. You went down to AAA and you got that shit. Where is the black promotion? Is it TNA? Is it NXT? What the fuck is it? Where is it?
And so here's where I am with that, right? With NXT and TNA. They're on an urban, they're catering to the urban market by being on CW. That is a predominantly urban market that they push their content through.
Is that the new UPN?
Yeah, it was UPN at one point.
Gotcha.
And then they turned it into CW. But they push
No, WB was it was a WB then the CW.
Yeah, WB and UPN merged.
Oh, they did merge. Okay.
Yeah, they did merge. So, but point being is they cater to that market. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you see the majority of the black people, like in roles like that. Which then, then you have Ricky Saints beating Obafemi, and the consensus is right off the bat, Oba's going to the main roster, right?
Yeah.
Then there's reporting comes out that he may stick around longer, and I'm like, why?
Bruh, why is it that Trick Williams did that fire ass promo on Raw? Is still down there after that deal he did with The Undertaker. Still down there in NXT. Look, man.
Not even in NXT. He's TNA. He's TNA.
There you go. But these talents aren't being showed on the wider audience, which is the main roster. That's the point. That's the gag here. You put Kofi in there against LA Knight in a nothing burger fucking match. That Kofi, of course, did the job to. By the way, this is a former black WWF or WWE champion that you're jobbing out now like he's nothing. I mean, give me a break here. And then LA Knight. See, Frank D don't discriminate. I just told the fucking truth. You got LA Knight here who had all the potential in the world, and you're doing nothing with him. You got nothing for LA Knight. What are you gonna do with him? Then we had this big, huge reunion last year of the bloodline, getting it all back together again, right? But all of a sudden now we're going into, I don't know, Jade's listening to Roman. He's going to turn on Jimmy. They're kind of
They're
teasing.
bringing that
What
storyline
the
back.
fuck are you doing? So all that was for nothing, huh? Meanwhile, Trick Williams, Obafemi, Ricky Saints, they're down there fighting TNA.
Yep.
Good shit. Now we can't do anything on the main show. There's nothing we can do on the main show except have the same recycled shit that we've been doing. You put Grayson Waller with the New Day for whatever reason. I don't know. I mean, there's just no anymore to the New Day. It's been sucked. The life has been sucked out of them. You can see it when they come to the ring.
They don't even look happy to be there, bro. It's
and I'm talking about
not even over with.
Yeah, not even talking like in a character point of view. I'm talking about the actual dudes
They don't
what
look
are we
interested.
Doing? They don't look interested at all.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this.
They ain't trying to get heat. They ain't trying to do nothing.
They ain't trying to do shit. And I'm looking over here at this, and then I'm looking over at AEW. What they're doing with the African American talent in AEW. What they've been doing with the Syndicate. And I know people had a problem with the Syndicate losing to Ricochet's crew a little while ago. Listen, Syndicate loses who they want to lose to. So if they did the job,
they've been on record saying they wouldn't mind losing to them. That's why
exactly.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it didn't bother me either. And the thing about it too is I just like the entire presentation of what's going on over there. Now, I have had conversations with different people in the business. Okay, I ain't gonna name no names, but there is a historic, it's a historic pattern here with people around there. All right, that there. I mean, it is what it is. And you can clearly see it. If you don't see it, I'm gonna put it like this: Stevie Wonder can see what the fuck is going on.
Oh no, that's
if you
very true.
Can't see it. If people out there thinking that I'm just up here talking out of my ass, Frank D doesn't talk out of his ass. I come with the fucking facts. I come with the receipts of what's going on here. I'm not going to come up here and spout no bullshit. I don't do that.
If you pay attention, bro, because when you told me about it, I was like, that's valid. But the more I pay attention to it, you can't ignore it. The more you pay attention to stuff, and the more stuff, it's not coincidental. It's not coincidental that there's no prominent roles for certain people that should have prominent roles. And here's the kicker. If you ask the average WWE fan what the best show is in WWE right now, they'll tell you it's NXT. They'll tell you that. Matter of fact, there's videos circulating online that WWE since WrestleMania 40 has not been the same. Or at least since WrestleMania 41. It just hasn't been the same.
Listen, Dave LaGreca did a video with The Rock. And he told The Rock, we needed you at 41. Yeah. The Rock was like, yeah, I know. That's what The Rock's name was. They haven't done shit since before WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40 was the beginning of the end, not the end of the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That was it.
They've been trying to recreate that show since that show.
Bruh, you have basically taken, look, okay, here's another question for you, all right? Because, I am, after all, I am a Baricua, you feel me? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to also say this. Why is it that you are not teaming Penta and Rey Fenix together?
That's a great question.
What's up with that? Why are these two guys on separate shows instead of just being the Lucha Bros and putting the tag? See, once again, I point shit out, but I'm not discriminating. I'm pointing it out on a whole wide spectrum. Finn fucking Balor saw the guy at NXT Homecoming. He was out there great ovation, went back to basically classic Finn Balor. Why are we not seeing this in the main roster? Why is he stuck in the Judgment Day?
That's a
Why
great
is
question.
Damian Priest not getting the push?
It's a great question. I went back.
A fellow Bariqua, a fellow Bariqua, fucking Damian Priest. Why is he not getting the push? What's wrong with Damian Priest?
Yep.
Why is Damian Priest not involved in any of these main event angles? Why is Damian
And
Priest not doing
his
shit?
run wasn't bad at all either.
No. But the biggest one that catch me, now that you get back to your comment, bro, but it just came to me right now. The biggest one that got me, the biggest ball that's fucking dropped. What in the blue balls fuck did they do to R-Truth?
Oh, that man was white hot.
White hot. And now we're not doing shit. Now we're just back to doing the same old, same old. And don't even get me started on John Cena's retirement tour. That's been a complete clusterfuck.
Oh, we're gonna get in that. We're gonna get into that in a second. Because I have words on that too. But yeah, it's like, man, you have all these people and the crowd loves them. Why aren't you pushing them? Why are we still stuck on the bloodline? Granted, the story is the one that kept WWE afloat for like 4 years. I get that. But you have so many other people in position to get that opportunity that you just haven't given it to them.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the NWO.
That's a fact.
It reminds me of when WCW had nothing else and all they did was push the NWO. And the moment they stopped pushing the NWO, remember, the NWO's best run was 96 to 1998. Yeah. 98 is when it started falling apart. Okay. Then they did the Wolfpack. Wolfpack had a little bit of a resurgence. Then when they put the two groups together to form the Super NWO group, that's when it kind of dissipated and it was done. By March 99, it was over. It was over and done with. And the guys were going to do separate things. Now, why I'm bringing this up is simply because of this. I think WWE is scared to get away from that formula of the bloodline.
No, I think they're
scared to take chances. And it's showing right here. Cody Rhodes is doing the exact same stale shit that he's been doing when he was in AEW. Same old stale shit.
And we've talked about him on this show too. And it's like, bro, you need to change. You need to change.
Wrestlers don't want to take risks anymore, bro.
And you don't want to do it. Like, what is the point? What is the point?
You don't want to take risks. And I go back to, once again, this is when you listen to the No Gimmicks podcast, this is always a fucking history lesson. And I'm gonna tell it to you because I'm feeling it today. Here's the deal. When Hogan was out there getting booed in WCW, motherfucker didn't want it. No, he didn't want to change.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, he did not want to change at first. He was in denial of the situation. Yeah. It was Jimmy Hart that said, I'm noticing a lot more boos than usual. That's when they did the whole Dark Side Hogan thing in WCW in 95. Then when the Outsiders came in, that's when Hogan was like, maybe we can do something with this, and it blew up. Cody Rhodes needs to take that chance. We already saw that with John Cena this year, and it did not fucking work. It didn't work because you took away the main ingredient of the situation. That was The Rock.
Well, that
wasn't Travis Scott.
There's multiple reasons why Cena's heel run didn't work. And I think
because it's too late.
Yeah, that too. And that's what I was gonna say. Cody should look at that situation and be like, bro, I need to know when it's time. And it's been past time. It's been past time.
He can't look at the situation and say that it's past time because you look at the audience that they have that's out there chanting his fucking name.
Marking away. You're right.
If you're out there chanting his name and singing songs like we're at some concert, okay, why would I change anything?
That's true.
You got Seth Rollins out there with a whack-ass faction trying to be a heel. It's not working because nobody wants to boo Seth Rollins.
Right.
They're still chanting. They're still singing his damn song.
They boo his wife before they boo him.
Cringe, Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least she's getting booed. You know what I mean? Like
Whatever. I don't care, man. I'm not even gonna sit up here and be like, oh man, she's such a great talent. Fuck that, bro.
I get you. But nah, this whole WWE's in a weird spot that I didn't think they'd be in because they have a stacked roster. It's just nothing's hitting right now. And
Stacked roster. Where the hell are they?
exactly.
You got an angle going on Monday Night Raw, bro, with the Kabuki Warriors and EO and Rhea Ripley, right?
And it's the best thing they got.
But they can't speak proper English doing the promos.
But that speaks volumes because that's the best thing they got.
I'm sorry, I thought this was the WWE. You have to know how to cut a promo in order to get over. Isn't that what it said? Vince couldn't care less about your damn wrestling ability. You want to know how you talked. You know what I'm saying? You know, somebody brought up a good point the other day, and I have to agree with this. You know, they still, out of all these years, they still call it the poison mist. Right? That's what they say. The poison mist. Okay. Now, someone brought this up, and I say, you know, they have a fucking point in saying this. If the mist is poisonous, wouldn't it affect Asuka too? Wouldn't it affect her bloodstream and she would probably choke and die because it's poison?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that cause some damage? I mean, you know, I don't know. I saw back in the day, you know, Jake the Snake Roberts was feuding with the model Rick Martel, and the model sprayed him in the face with arrogance. And Jake had to put a damn eye patch on. He was blind.
Yeah.
And he sold the shot at that.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers come back the next week like nothing happened.
That's what I was thinking. It's like I can suspend my disbelief that you can carry it and spray it. But I can't suspend the disbelief that this shit don't affect you more like less than a week.
They need to go back. Listen, you got the WWE network there with archives. Go back and watch The Great Buddha. Go back and watch Tajiri and see how it's supposed to be done.
Nah, for real. And when it happens, so there's a whole rabbit hole about the mist, but there's different colors. You know what I mean? And depending on the colors of the mist, like there's the effect of the mist. So if you get sprayed with a certain color, it should determine how long you're out.
All I know is this: back in the day, when Muda would hit you with that red, you were done.
You was out of there.
It's
red or black, and you was out of there, bro.
It's a done data. You know what I'm
saying? You was out of there. Like you wasn't coming back to the next pay-per-view. And it ain't like that no more. It really ain't. No. That's the simple psychology. But
so going back to this right quick though. So why is it that Jada Parker is still down in NXT?
Bro, there's a whole bunch of people that are in NXT that shouldn't be there right now.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch. Jada Parker's just one. Last Legend should have been gone.
Yeah, she should have been on the main roster. First time I saw her was at the Rumble.
Yeah, she should have been gone.
Yeah, been to the main roster by now.
Lola Vice should have been gone.
Yep.
Fucking, what's her name? Came from TNA. Jordan. She should have been gone. Yeah, she should have. I don't think she should have been in NXT long at all. She should have. No. She should have just went for like a coach. She should have did the Kevin Owens. Go win the championship, leave. You know what I mean? And the fact that she's still down there is crazy to me.
No, the whole damn thing's crazy to me. Just like everybody's talking about. I don't know. Some guys had the audacity to say that NXT's beat AEW the last 2 weeks or some shit like that.
That is a crazy statement,
bruh. They're on two separate fucking nights. What are you talking about?
That's a crazy.
Are you just reaching for fucking dumb shit to fucking write?
So there's this growing audience of people that, despite whatever AEW does, they have to say something negative about it. You know what I mean? And let's get into that. So one of the chief people that are doing it right now is Booker T.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't know. I mean, I know why. Like, you're a company guy, and you gotta make the competition not look like what it is. And it's just wild to me that this continues to come up with him. For instance, he said with the whole Jay Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax incident, right? He kind of put this on Jade. And he's like, well, she's fresh out of AEW, and they didn't really train her right. So, she's got a lot of growing to do. And I'm like, bro.
Bro, how long has she been in WWE?
Exactly.
How long was she off TV before they even debuted her because they were training
right.
her? What
exactly.
is she talking
She's
about?
been in WWE for 2 years, bro. Like, how is that fresh? She's been in this system for 2 years. She's been at a WrestleMania already. That is not fresh. If you're wrestling on WrestleMania, that's not fresh. I'm sorry.
No, I don't get that.
I don't either. But it's
I don't know. He's the same guy that let somebody come out there and call him a nappy head, and they did the job to him at WrestleMania, and it didn't bother him. So I guess.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, bro. Like, AEW, for their part, they haven't been focusing on WWE. They haven't. So leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? AEW's got
you gotta keep the narrative going, bro.
They have to. And I don't understand why. You know what I mean? And when they get to these things, it's mostly about the ratings. And it's like they have to tout the fact that NXT is getting bigger numbers. But NXT should get bigger numbers. They should.
NXT is getting if NXT is getting bigger numbers, it's simply because of the TNA situation. That's it.
Yes.
It's not because of anything else. And let me remind you people, remember the little ill-fated thing called the Wednesday Night War? Who retreated to Tuesday nights?
Exactly.
I think it was NXT that retreated to Tuesday nights, right?
Yep.
When they were going up against AEW. Whether you like AEW or not, it's called telling the truth about the situation. The truth of the matter is that AEW ran their asses off to Tuesday. That's what happened. Because they kept getting stomped. And the only reason why there's any interest at all in NXT or TNA all has to do with the relationship between WWE and TNA. That's all it is. If there was no relationship going there, no one would give a damn about TNA. They wouldn't. TNA, I'll give them all the credit in the world. They're the little engine that could. They have been around. They have surpassed WCW. They have surpassed ECW. All these different promotions that came before them, they have outdone them all. Congratulations. I'm happy for them. But don't get it twisted. That the fact that y'all are getting all this exposure right now is because you basically are WWE's whipping boy. It's pretty much what you are.
Yep.
And none of your talent, think about this one. None of your talent has ever been on the main show outside of Jordan Grace at a PLE. That's it.
And
or
Joe
Mickey
Henry.
James.
Joe Henry
and
was
Joe
that
Henry.
man. Yeah.
I look, man, I don't get the hype from Joe Henry. I don't get it.
Man, I get it because he was entertaining in TNA. He was
average at best.
But here's the thing though. When you bring him out of that system and put him into the WWE system, he seems average. He doesn't seem any more special than anyone else. And that's the detriment of the TNA WWE deal. Is you had people that you were making legitimate stars like Joe Henry, who had global appeal, and then you put him in the system, and he's just kind of amongst everyone else.
So now, is it global appeal, bro? Let me ask you real quick. I'm gonna cut you off, but I gotta say this: is it global appeal if you take this guy around and nobody knows who the fuck he is outside of the smart ones that know who he is? Is that really global appeal?
I'm gonna say for him, he's a special case because he wasn't just a wrestler. He's also a musician, but he's kind of gotten away from the music.
I don't know. I never heard of the fucking guy until that shit happened. That's like somebody saying to me, if there's a rapper out there, oh, he's a rapper at first, but now he's a wrestler. I still don't know who the fuck he is.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But outside of wrestling, he had other stuff going on. But what I'm saying is with TNA, he was building something. Right? You may not have known about him then, but they were putting him on a path in TNA as a standalone to where he was building both himself and the brand. And then you take him out of that and then you put him in WWE. And now he's just kind of amongst everybody. Another person that you can argue this happened to was Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace was building a brand on her own, was known in TNA, and those two made the TNA brand really, really popular. You take her out of that.
Stood out. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. You take her out of that, you put her in the NXT system. Look what you got.
Yeah. No, she definitely stands out. She absolutely stands out. Like she just, her physique and her look stands out
It's
amongst
unique,
all the other
man.
girls.
Yeah, it's
and
unique.
So she why she's not dominating the women's division on SmackDown or Raw, and I'm looking at somebody like Tiffany Stratton who's green as fuck. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't either. And like I said, I have no answers as to why she's still in NXT.
I don't know.
Because
That's
she
a $1
has
million question.
You knew when she showed up at the Rumble, she belongs in the spotlight.
Yeah.
She showed that day one. Why she's not in the spotlight now is really beyond me.
Right. Don't get it.
So
and once again, this is the No Gimmicks podcast, and we tell it like it is. You see, we had our thing for the black wrestlers, and then we went on to talking about everybody else. Okay, because I know how people get shit twisted out there.
Yeah,
and they're saying, "Oh, you're playing a race
quick.
card, playing a race card." Yeah, I'll play it when I want to play it. Yeah,
but not. I mean, the facts are facts, bro, and sticking to the facts. It just is what this is. This is us just pointing out what we're seeing.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's just pointing out what we're seeing.
Out just like I can point out right now. Watch this one here. I was a big WCW fan back in the day. And you know what I can point out? I can point out the few black wrestlers I saw in WCW during the NWO era. Okay?
This is true.
You had Virgil, who was Vincent.
Yep.
You had Booker T, Stevie Ray.
Yep.
You had hard work Bobby Walker down there on WCW Worldwide.
Yep.
You had Teddy Long as the manager. You had the Pit Bull, Sergeant Craig Pittman.
Yep.
Hard Body Harrison.
Yep.
Ice Train.
Bro, I went back and looked at some clips with him and Scott Norton. I'm like, bro, that tag team.
Fire and Ice.
That tag team was insane.
Yep. Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
So I do know what I'm talking about here. Okay. And I do know for the fucking fact that there were no prominent black people in the NWO. I know this. Okay.
Yep.
Stevie
Ray was about as big as it got.
Well, Stevie Ray was about as big as it got, and he joined the NWO way after it had been watered down. So it didn't really mean shit. Not in the height of it. You know what I'm saying? So I point all these things out. See, I don't discriminate, man. I was a huge WCW fan, but I call shit out the way it is. You weren't pushing anybody. And by the time Booker T got the WCW World Championship, the company was already on his fucking deathbed. It was. I mean, I'm watching the show right now. Shout out to Wrestling Bios, okay? Wrestling Bios YouTube channel. If you guys aren't watching Wrestling Bios content, you're missing out. Great shit. Been following a series he does called Reliving the War. It's tracking every episode of the Monday Night War. And right now we are in November of 2000. So we're getting close to the end here of the Monday Night War. All right. And right now it's all Booker T on WCW TV. It's Booker T's world champion, right? He's feuding with Steiner. And you got the Natural Born Thrillers feuding with DDP and Kevin Nash. They just formed the Insiders tag team. We're seeing the death of WCW right in front of us, and we don't know it yet. That's what we're seeing here.
Right.
And that's what I mean by when Booker finally got the championship, it was too late.
Yep.
It was trash. And just like the WWF...
By then, there wasn't shit you could do about it.
No, one shit you can do about it. Just like the WWF TV at the same time, I'm watching the WWF show, and what's going on over there right now? They're feuding The Rock and Rikishi. Okay. And that brings me right now to something. Okay.
Hmm?
Let me talk about Mr. Jey Uso. So, this is the deal. All right. And you might want to clip this when we get ready to do it.
All right.
Here's the thing. I see sabotage going on with Jey Uso. I see
Ooh.
creative sabotage here. You have a guy as over as Jey Uso with
I
the
see where you're
yeet.
going. I see where you're
You
going.
have him as over with the yeet as he is. Okay. Got kids doing it. He got the kid that he finds every week when he comes down and does, the whole interest, whatever. He's over like Rover, right?
Yep.
You're now trying to say, okay, you might turn him heel. It's kind of like history repeating itself because I remember they did the same thing to his daddy in WWF in 2000 when Rikishi was red hot. Over.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody came up with the great idea. We're going to turn you heel. And you're going to be the person that ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin. And they killed his fucking momentum because
Wasn't the
nobody
same.
was going to take him seriously anymore. You're still wearing a thong. It's not the same.
Yep.
So when I look at what's going on here, after you basically did this entire angle last year, bringing Roman back together, he's changed his ways. He sees the error in his ways. He doesn't have he's a chief without a tribe. You do all this build up to Survivor Series War Games last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden, fast forward now, we got Roman out there telling Jay, "Do it. This is your show." Whooping all that. You got Jimmy in the background, possibly looking at. They post something on Instagram with them two face to face. What the fuck are we doing here? This is you're sabotaging the dude for what?
We're going back to
Mania.
Mania.
This is complete sabotage. I don't give a damn what anybody says. It's sabotage. There's no reason this should be happening at all. If anything should be happening is you should be probably getting these guys together for War Games is what should be happening.
Yep.
But we're going into a direction here where Jay is talking about, oh, well, I need to get my World Championship back, and you wouldn't know nothing about that. Like, you disrespecting your brother, but yet y'all was supposed to be, like, it don't make no sense, bro. You might as well just bring a Solo's ass up there and let him join the crew, because this is stupid.
You sound like Roman. I know where they're going, bro. They're going back to Mania. We're gonna get Jimmy versus Jay again at Mania.
All that build up for nothing. All that build up for nothing. And maybe it's the brothers that want to work, or they want to redo that match. Maybe they can do it again or sign. Maybe it's Jay saying, I need to change some things. I need to maybe I need to turn or whatever. I don't know. They're making the same mistake with Jey Uso that they made with Rikishi, just like they did with Stone Cold Steve Austin in 2001.
Should have never
same
turned.
Shit. Just like what they did with Goldberg in WCW in June of 2000 at the Great American Bash. And all of a sudden, he joins the New Blood. Stupid shit like that. Just like how they sabotaged Bret the Hitman Hart so many times in WCW. He went from heel face. Same shit.
Yep. That is what it is. But let's talk about the Cena last match. Because I have some thoughts on this. So they announced that Cena's last match is going to be in Washington, D.C. in December.
Yep.
At the Capital One Center.
Oh, okay. I was going to be at the White House.
I would, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we get that eventually. I honestly won't be surprised.
They should have done that.
I honestly won't be surprised if they do that. But he's doing his last match on the Saturday night's main event, and that will be the end of the Cena run. My question is, why are we getting this match? If this man is this is the guy that they call him the greatest of all time. Yeah. Why is this not a PLE? If this man you consider him the greatest of all time, he's your 17-time WWE champion. Mm-hmm. Why are we not getting this match on the PLE, and why are we getting it on the Saturday night's main event? You won't even give us like a special. It's just a Saturday night's main event. This is a glorified house show that you're calling John Cena's last match.
Well, let me ask you a question. Are you enjoying the show? Yeah,
I'm gonna be frank, man. I'm not with this.
No, I'm Frank. I asked to it.
Like I'm not with that. Like
I'm not with it either.
This is the guy that through tough times did whatever you asked him to, right? Made everything work, put people over when he needed to. And if he didn't, so the thing about Cena is, and I gotta give him his flowers for this too. If Cena wanted you to go over, you went over. If he didn't, you didn't.
Yeah.
And looking back at it now, it's kind of hard to say he was wrong about a lot of stuff because judging by the climate today, it's just not. I don't know, man. Like I would like them to do. There's so many stars that they've sent off. Undertaker, even though it was COVID, they gave him a great last match with a cinematic. I know he wanted more, but due to COVID, you couldn't do more. But I think that was about as good as he can go at that time.
Yeah.
Ric Flair went out at WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels went out at WrestleMania.
Right.
Why can we not get John Cena going out at WrestleMania? And why are we making John Cena go out on a Saturday night's main event?
I honestly think that John is just done with this. John has a hell of a career that he's going to have in Hollywood. He has a hell of a career that he's going to have with DC. He's going to be in the Man of Tomorrow movie that they're going to be producing. Okay. By the way, just recently watched Superman on the Max. I got some thoughts on that as well. But I just honestly think that maybe it's something John wanted. John said something very interesting though. John says that he just deals the cards that he's dealt with. That's what he lets them do whatever they want to do.
He proved that too, by the way.
Yeah. So it's kind of like if the guy that's the chief content officer, are you enjoying the show? If he's up there talking about we're gonna do John's final match, we wanted to do it in Boston, but they wouldn't pay up. Now, how disrespectful is that?
Right.
That you don't honor this guy. Like you just said, everything you mentioned, John Cena was like, the guy. Held that company on his back for so many years in WWE. For them to have no respect for Cena, in my opinion. For them to just book this on a throwaway house show called Saturday Night's Main Event. It's going to be commercials of the ass on this thing. And they're probably going to give him the Goldberg treatment where he's going to be talking and they cut him off. And that's going to be the end of John Cena. Okay, then what do you have after that? And then if Cena does do any appearances, it's just going to be one-offs moving forward. Now, if they would have been smart about this, Cena's retirement tour should have went into WrestleMania next year. And that's where it should have ended. That's where it should have ended,
Yeah.
But we don't know the circumstances behind why they're doing this. I think it's complete trash. I think it's so disrespectful to John Cena and everything that John Cena's done for the business to have his last final match on a throwaway in Washington, D.C. That's
agree.
Just bullshit.
I agree. I definitely.
It's a glorified house show is what Saturday Night's Main Event is.
It is.
Gone are the days where it used to be big time matches on Saturday Night's main event. The gone are the days of Hogan and Piper or Hogan and Terry Funk and Hogan Hardy Race, Hogan and Andre, the main event. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
These are glorified house shows now is what they are.
Yep. And it really, really and truthfully, John Cena did something that made me say, I can't put this on John Cena. I have to aim this somewhere else. And what I'm talking about is the Crown Jewel match. with him and AJ. John Cena went on Twitter and was like, do you hear the fans? And
Right.
do you hear them? Make this happen. Like, I don't get to choose my opponents, but if you listen to the fans are telling you this needs to happen. And the fans
Right.
agreed, and then the match happened. So that lets
Right.
me know that John can play he can play politics. And he
Yeah.
can play it publicly if he wanted to, which he did. So the fact that this match is happening leads me to believe that I don't think this is what John wants, but he'll do it. You know what I mean? I don't think this is what he wants, but he'll do it. I'm pretty sure if he could write the book, then his ending would be at WrestleMania.
Well, of course it would be. But I have one question for you. Are you enjoying the show? I don't really care about what the internet marks are saying about anything.
There's an arena full of people
they're out
enjoy
there.
the show.
Yeah, exactly. We listen to our paying audience that pay thousands of dollars to come sing with us. That's what we do. So
If
we're going to continue to push it. Exactly.
Our fans are telling us that these are the right choices that we're making, and we're going to continue to make those choices for our fans.
Yeah, I refuse to deviate from the script. I'm not going to deviate anything. We're going to keep pushing this the way we do. Hey, well, Triple H. Well, I mean, did you ever think about pushing? I don't know, Xavier Woods as a single. That's just not the plans for him. He has his role where he's at. We're not going to be pushing him or Kofi. We got to be pushing.
It's hard to.
Guys.
It's hard to break up a tag team with that lineage of the New Day and their record-breaking runs, and it's hard to break those. But you did it.
Yeah, it's hard to do it. It's no, it's just like when I was, back there during my era, the Attitude Era. I was wrestling Mark Henry, and I was in the ring doing the monkey dance. Acting like I was an orangutan. Did they remove that from the episode of Raw that I was on? Because I don't want people seeing that. Oh,
they didn't.
Yeah, because I don't want people seeing that I was doing that. Just much like I don't want people seeing that Jimmy Kimmel did blackface either. We don't want to do any of those things.
Yeah, man, it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. Just I don't know, man. I want better for Cena. But some tells me like this is gonna part of me is hoping that night is not his last night. Part of me is holding out hope. Like this can't be it. this can't be how y'all get this man.
I think it is, bro.
Retirement.
I think it is. Just like look, have we seen Goldberg ever since?
No.
This is it. John Cena said that he's going to be the first ever person in the wrestling business that retires for good. He's not deviating from what he's doing. So that's why it is what it is, man. So I think this is it.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I think this is it. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Like no grand send off. I mean,
they're probably not even gonna have a nice set for him. It's gonna be the same LED screen bullshit.
It is, but
here's
the thing. Like, whenever John does these events, like they aren't really capitalizing on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like if this were anybody, let's just say Flair. If this were Flair, every time he comes out, they'll make a mention of like this is his date. They don't even do that with John, and like we're getting closer and closer to the end. They start playing like clips and some of his biggest moments. They don't do that with him.
Let me tell you something. This is gonna shock you. Not really. All right. I was told, once again, I ain't naming no names here. Frank Dean, snitch. Snitches get stitches. Here's the deal. Just because a motherfucker puts out a little thing about you in your career doesn't really mean he likes you like that.
This is
And I'm gonna just
true.
keep and I'm gonna just keep it like that. And I was told that about this person. Just because a motherfucker puts something out about it being your last time is now doesn't really mean he likes you. Doesn't really mean he has ever liked you.
Right. Then this is true. But it's kind of like it's being shown to us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, this guy is
you
untouchable. He's untouchable. You got to remember something here. This is another issue that they're having in the WWE right now. The WWE is very profitable right now because you're gouging your fans.
this is very
So
true.
this person here is basically riding the coattails of Vince McMahon. Remember, people, when the Bloodline storyline started, Vince McMahon was in charge of creative. Matter of fact, that WrestleMania 40 was his WrestleMania 40.
That was his
You feel me?
last WrestleMania.
That was his last WrestleMania. Hunter didn't take really control until WrestleMania 41. That's Hunter's first WrestleMania.
Yep.
And you saw what we got. Okay? So don't get it twisted.
No lies detected.
What do you think about
said
Stephanie
that.
McMahon joining? What do you think about Stephanie McMahon going into the Hall of Fame before Shane McMahon does or Vince?
Shameful. And the way they did it, bro, it was like,
she didn't know anything about it. Like she didn't know why she was there, right? Fuck out of here. They know every damn thing that's gonna happen on that fucking show. It's always
oh
been
my
that way.
god, bro. The way they
Get
did it
the
was
fuck
like,
out of here.
seriously.
Right.
Really? You don't know. The Undertaker comes out. Hey, is that seat open? Yes, of course it is. Why is that seat open, Stephanie? Come on, bro. Like, come on.
No, not one of those fans can go up there and sit in that seat without security being around. Miss McMahon you can't let the peasants near the $1 billion princess. Can't do that. So of course they knew what it was. You got to take her out there riding his bike. Talking about they're gonna put her in the Hall of Fame. She's the first inductee into the Hall of Fame. I'm not surprised it would be the Undertaker doing it. After all, you did turn your back on your former co-host. You did sell him out, so yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy time, bro.
But once again, remember, we're all gonna enjoy the show.
And it's crazy to me. So, my bro here, he hit me up, and he was like, hey man, he was like, hey, you want to go to Raw because Raw's gonna be here on Monday. He was like, hey, you want to go to Raw? And I immediately was like, nah. I was like,
wow.
I was like, nah, I got like I'm doing stuff on the weekend. So you know what I mean? So it's like I'm doing stuff on the weekend, but he didn't know where I was coming from with it. He was like, what the weekend got to do with Monday? I'm like, bro, I'm doing stuff on the weekend, like, you know what I mean? And if I can make it to Raw, I'll make it. You know what I mean? And I was like, go look at the tickets for Raw, and you know what I'm saying? Just like check, see what they look like, see what's open. He hit me back. He was like, bro, why are the tickets so expensive? I was like, that's why I was telling you.
Yeah.
I was like, that's why I was telling you. He was like, $500 for nosebleeds. I was like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
It's
only
crazy.
Marks would go and do that. And that's what Triple H wants. Are you enjoying the show? How much did you pay for your tickets? Oh, you paid $600 for nosebleed? Yeah, well, hey, shit happens.
Hey, I know wrestling fans spend a lot of money on wrestling, but come on, guys.
Bro, I ain't spending that. I'm not. Now, let me tell you.
I know.
I'm a mark for anything Vader. So anything Vader, yeah, I'll spend that much money for. I sure the fuck will. Yeah, I'll do that. But for some fucking wrestling, no. Am I going to go spend $500 to go watch broke down ass CM Punk? No. Am I going to go? Oh, bro. Let me ask you a question. Hey, I got to send a shout out though to Willie. Um, yeah, I got to send a shout out to Mac.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The homie said, I saw this. The homie said on Facebook, he was like, "Oh man, I got to be honest, fam. AJ Lee is just not good in the ring. When the fuck was she ever good in the ring, bruh?"
People do get this. They get this twisted, right? I'm gonna sound like a hater. I promise I'm not being a hater.
Now, whoa. Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on, because there was somebody out there that was saying that people were being misogynistic because they weren't excited about AJ Lee's return. They didn't like it. So
No,
watch what you say.
I'm
Be
not. That's
careful.
not what I'm saying. What
Well,
I'm
just be
saying
careful though.
is, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna sound like a hater. I promise I'm not hating. You know what I'm saying? AJ Lee kicked off what is known as the women's revolution. I got to give her flowers on that. But you also have to understand the level of talent that she was working with is vastly different than what it is now. She's got to work.
AJ Lee
She's got to work
started
up to that
bruh.
level.
AJ Lee started the women's revolution. Do we forget that prior to this in the WWE, you had Trish Stratus working, you had Gail Kim working,
Yeah,
you had Jazz working,
yeah,
Molly Holly,
I'm
all these
understanding
different
that.
guys. That was the first real iteration of when they took women's wrestling seriously.
Fully agree.
Ivory and all of them. AJ Lee, when I think of her, that's when I think of the butterfly title. That's what I'm thinking of.
No, I'm with you there. I'm with you there, right? And everything you made valid, but I'm saying AJ Lee is where the explosion began because you all the women before her, like really did pave the way. I think if you ask me, Trish Stratus and Lita deserve a hell of a lot more credit for kickstarting taking women's wrestling seriously, along with Jazz, along with Jacqueline, along with China, right? They deserve all the credit for women's wrestling being taken seriously. But I'm talking about when women's wrestling started to take more precedence, especially on the shows, they start getting more time. They start putting matches together, more main events, a whole pay-per-view.
That's the Four Horsewomen, bro.
But I'm saying the person that led to that. So a lot of people go to Paige. A lot of people say Paige was the one that led to that. But I'm saying it's AJ Lee.
I'm saying it's Four Horsewomen.
I get that. I wouldn't argue that either. It's a valid point. But
it's a great debate.
Yeah, it is a great debate.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Four Horsewomen. Listen, all AJ Lee ever did to me, all she did was skip. That's all she did was skip to the ring. I can't name. And I'm not being a hater or nothing like that. I'm just being completely fucking honest. I can't name you one good AJ Lee match I ever saw. I can't name one. And that's not being a hater. Because I know what got her over in the first place. And it was these motherfuckers out there because of how she dressed and how she looked. That's what it was. It was kind of like fetish shit is what they had. You know what I'm saying? That's what
that's
got
valid.
Over.
That's very valid.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so it's like
they
it's some sick, twisty shit that was going on at the time. That's what it was. You feel me? So I mean, I'm calling it is what it is. You feel me?
No,
so
that's
I
valid.
mean, like when I saw her, hey, that's cool that she finally decided to come back. It's cool to hear the music, but that was after that it was done.
Yeah, but yeah, after that it's like, oh yeah.
Now you've seen it.
Yeah, you got to work, but you haven't really been in the ring repetitively for over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? There's a level of talent she has to work up to. Can she do it? Right. I believe she can, but you have to work up to, because the women now are they're way more. It's way more than what you had. You know what I'm saying?
But speaking of women, so I'm guessing for what they're saying, they're supposed to be on AEW Dynamite. There's supposed to be a mystery opponent for Mercedes Moné this coming week.
Yes,
and they're claiming that this might be the person. If you can see that picture.
No shit.
That's what they're saying. We'll see.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy. I hope it is.
Yeah.
I hope it is. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. And it's another, speaking of the women talent, bro, what are they doing with Bailey?
Bro, I think Bailey has like a year left on her contract, and I think she's out. But she's doing like the Mick Foley right now.
Is it the Mick Foley or is it the R-Truth?
Nah, it's the Mick Foley. Cause
Or is it the Luna Vachon?
Ooh, could be the Luna too. I would say either Luna or Mick. Cause she's
Scary Fairy.
Yep. She's bouncing around between characters. So it kind of goes back to the Three Faces of Foley.
If you want to go back, if you want to do that, then you got to have her come out one day as Hugger Bailey.
Right.
If you really want to sell it that way.
She went to it briefly as the hugger because she came out when she was hugging people. And, people caught it. And I was for me, it was like, oh, she's doing the Three Faces of Foley.
Yeah, I actually think now that actually is a good idea. That I wouldn't mind seeing it. I like because I don't get the bipolar Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde shit she got going on here.
Yeah, so she's doing that for me because I was like, oh yeah, that's dope because she is. It reminded me of the Three Faces of Foley.
Right. Hey, let me ask you a question now, right quick. What is your overall opinion of CM Punk?
Straight off the hip, I think Punk is he got what he want. He's in WWE. I don't think he necessarily wants to hold a championship. He got what he wanted in main eventing or WrestleMania, and I think he's just keeping his nose clean.
Okay. So do you think that he's a guy that you would say necessarily genuinely cares about his fans?
No.
That's what I'm getting at.
No.
I've seen some stuff recently that I'm gonna say right now, Phil Brooks, CM Punk, you are the luckiest motherfucker I've ever seen of a person that gets second chances. You are that person. And it's kind of funny to me that people that get these chances, that get more chances than, let's say, an Xavier Woods or a Kofi Kingston or an LA Knight or any of these guys, oftentimes are the biggest assholes. It's like you can have so much success and you're still the biggest piece of shit. That's crazy to me. Just like Hunter. Hunter, had this heart issue a couple of years ago. And he came out there and he was crying on the TV and crying about, his daughters and his wife and whoop and all that. And, thought he was going to die. And, I came out and asked, I'm a different person now. And it's funny because that lasted probably all of about a week. And you're just back to being the same fucking guy. It's just crazy to me how people act. That's just that is just that's wild to me, bro. It's wild to me that instead of having respect for your fellow man and respect for your fans that support you and actually made you what you are, you can be a complete douchebag, a complete dick. I don't understand that. I've never understood that. It's like you never meet your heroes because they're always going to let you down. And I've always been told when it comes to the wrestling business, the heels are the nice ones. The baby faces are not.
Yep.
Okay. And I look at how CM Punk just his interactions I've seen on Instagram, but his interactions with people and just walk right past people and don't have any, won't say shit to them and just think like his shit don't stink or something like that. I'm like, bro, you literally were doing jack shit. You were doing nothing. And you're still the same fucking guy. But now, remember this. Remember at one point, you were too good to take that Saudi money. You weren't going to take that blood money. But now you take that blood money. You're happy to be there. I'm so happy to be here.
Mercedes ain't lie. Money changes everything.
Yeah, so I see that shit. But hey, listen, it's like Chief J Strongbow said, it's all about the what did they say? What was it? it was either Chief J. Strongbow or Captain Moo. One of these two guys said it's you got two things you're ever gonna remember in the business: the money and the mouse.
Yep.
And that's pretty much what it is.
Yep.
You got people here that just complete dicks for no reason, not genuine whatsoever. You know who's genuine with his fans, and he takes a lot of shit from people, including people that at one time in their career wore dresses in the ring. Bret Hart. Bret Hart's real genuine with his fans. Bret Hart actually takes the time out to talk to his fans. Because Bret Hart, he's humble. He don't forget shit. But people like CM Punk. CM Punk is already got his wife there now. He's he's in the whip. You got Triple H.
He got what he wanted.
Officer. Got what you wanted, and whatever.
And it leads me to believe that whole AEW run was just so he can get back to WWE.
That could be. I wouldn't put it past him. I don't put things past liars.
And hey, more power to you, man. You got your dream. You main event at WrestleMania. I don't think he wants anything other than that, man. And he's just happy to be. He's working with younger talent now, and that's
all, and that's all good and dandy. It's I don't know. Why don't you treat your fans a little bit better? And I'm not talking about the jack-offs that are out there waiting for you at the airport. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about when you go do these little meet and greets and shit. Actually have some enthusiasm when you go and meet people. Actually, act like you're engaged at least. At least do what you do in the ring and act. Okay.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
But before we get out of here, I know you wanted to talk to Superman. Let's talk it. What you got?
Yeah. So basically, I saw the Superman movie. Finally, okay. I wasn't going to pay money to see it. I waited to come on to Max. So I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I would have given that movie a solid 8 had it not been for one thing that I did not like.
What you didn't like about it?
What I didn't like, I did not like the cameo with Supergirl at the end.
Really? I didn't mind that.
Yeah. I didn't like it.
When she came and got
Crypto? Yeah. Why is she a drunk Supergirl? What the fuck are we doing here? I didn't like that. That's like Robin showing up and he's drunk and he just told the Batmobile. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. That just took away. That's just James Gunn's stupid humor. That's not funny. Like you did a damn near. It was a good movie. Honestly, bro, my favorite characters out of that movie were Mr. Terrific.
Mine too.
Mr. Terrific was
Mr. Terrific was whooping ass.
Hell yeah, yeah. He was my favorite character, followed by Lex Luthor.
Okay.
Lex Luthor was cool. And what's the girl, the engineer? I think that's what he called her. The one chick, the one with the braids. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
I dug her too. She was cool.
Yeah.
And then you got Superman.
Yeah, it was a cool movie. I enjoyed it. I went to the movies and saw it, but it was a cool movie.
It's rewatchable. Really That's the thing about it when it comes to movies. It's rewatchable. There's lots of movies that I won't watch, a second, third, fourth time. I could watch this one. This is rewatchable. And the thing that got me was I really wanted to see where they were going to take the story of how Superman was going to be redeemed because of the message from his parents telling him to go basically take over.
Yeah.
I wanted to see.
I thought they did a really good job with that.
I thought it was a fake video, but apparently it wasn't fake. Apparently that was like legit. And I wanted to see how they were going to do this, and it was cool. It's like people didn't lose hope, and that's cool. That's great. I'm glad
it created a really good conflict within Superman. Now I was like, that's an interesting spin because he lived his life thinking one thing, but his parents had a whole different message. You know what I mean? I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. So overall, I give that movie a 7.5. I would have gave it an 8. I would have given it a solid 8. It's just a Supergirl cameo. It threw me off. Me and the wife were looking like, what the fuck? That was our reaction. Like, what the fuck here? And then you follow it up with a video, a cool little montage of his his parents, from Smallville, but it's leading off of Supergirl calling him a bitch. Like, come on, bro. Like, I mean, that's like some Rob Zombie shit. It's like Rob Zombie's
that was one of my things with James Gunn going into the movie. I was like, he will throw in some comedy in there when it don't need to be.
Yep. He throws a lot of other things in too, but I'm not gonna get into it today.
Fair enough, man. All right, man. Let's wrap this up. Let's get out of here. Final shots and thoughts. What you got?
Did you botch the promo there, kid?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, whatever. I don't have a damn thing. I don't have nothing. Today is a brand new day here on No Gimmicks Podcast. I'm not going to be. Well, I was never censored, but I really don't give a fuck now. I don't really care. I'm gonna say what I want to say, and if you don't like it, I don't care. That's what it is.
I mean, it's really not different from any other show.
Yeah, but now I really don't care. Yeah, I literally don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want, and just like today, I'm gonna say what I want to, because you know what I noticed here. When you speak you can speak the truth, and people listen.
Yep.
But they really want to listen to the lies. I've noticed that too.
Yep.
But we speak the truth here on No Gimmicks. We point shit out that needs to be talked about. We have the conversations that need to be had. Okay?
Absolutely.
Just like some people out there think that Rey is going to save Star Wars. She's going to save Starfighter. Fuck no. That'll be a video in a couple days. We'll get into that shit. I got something to say about that too. Other than that, I ain't got shit, bruh.
I got nothing. So if you got nothing else, I'm good. Thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. Come back next time. Till then, y'all know what it is, man. Stay safe. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks.